Namaste. For a very long time, I had this question in my mind that when the temples all around India were being demolished and destroyed by the invaders, the Muslims, the Mughals, why didn't the gods and goddesses help preserve the culture and sanctity of those areas, those sacred places? Because to me, I thought that so many saints had received blessings in these temples, so many devotees had received glimpses of the divine in these temples. There were so many stories and legends around these temples where the divinity had revealed itself, or something or the other miraculous things have happened. Their wishes were fulfilled in these temples. So it doesn't need proof that these temples had the divine presence in them. Then how could the invaders destroy and devastate the temples so easily? How could it be possible? Especially the Someshwar temple, so many times it was devastated and looted and everything happened. So many of the devotees being killed, the worshippers of the temple fleeing away from one place to another. How could that be possible? What happened to the divinity at that time? Why couldn't the sacredness of these places be preserved? The answer that I found, which seems like it was God's answer to me, that these temples are not places where the divinity it's not that the divinity is staying there. It's more like there's this tower, okay, the network tower. The network signal is being broadcasted from somewhere. These towers placed at different parts of all around the area, all around a place, these receive the broadcasting signals, the network signals, or TV signals, radio signals, mobile signals, mobile network signals, and these towers are again reflecting them back to the mobiles, the TVs or the radios everywhere. So these temples are more like the signal towers or the signal satellites, which are receiving and reflecting the signals, the network frequencies, so the divine frequencies. So it's not like the divinity is it's not the dwelling place of the divinity or the the devatas, the gods and goddesses, but more like it's an energy setup which enables the devotees to contact or communicate with the divine. So these temples were like places, energy places, which enabled people to communicate with the divine. So it's naturally, if like people can break down or destroy a network tower, or they can break down or destroy these satellites, bomb away places which are receiving and these things, it's a functioning mechanism. So when these places were destroyed, it's not that divinity is harmed or whatever, but the people who destroyed and devastated, they of course they surely had the consequences. They will have to face the consequences of their karma. So that is a different thing. The thing is that you see, in this world, the divine doesn't come and say to people that don't lie, or it wouldn't prevent you from doing wrong deeds or saying wrong things or doing wrong things. but the law is that if you do the wrong things, you have to face the consequences of the wrongdoings, and if you do the right things, you will benefit from the consequences of the right doing. So the merit and the demerit, you have to take responsibility for that. So even if a child doesn't know, if the child puts his hand into the fire, his hand would get burned. So also if the ignorant people, not knowing the law of the universe, if they do go and do the bad things, the direct consequences will affect the person himself. So the hand which is burned will be of the child. It's another thing that the parents is also like feeling hurt, or the parents are worried or something, that is secondary. So the other harm that they cause to the society at large, that is being taken care of, that will be taken care of. But and if somebody thinks that all the people who were murdered and killed and who had to flee their places, the thing is always the perpetrator will become the victim in the next life, and the victim will become the perpetrator if he wants to take revenge. So this karmic cycle goes on unless one lets go of it. So when the invaders devastated or destroyed the towers, the devices, the mechanisms through which we communicated with the divine, it's okay, like we can always build more. And even like we knew, our culture was so advanced already that we knew how to contact and communicate with the with the divine, with the cosmic powers, even within our own system, like through yoga. But the thing was that so much of artistry was destroyed, so much of architecture and sculpture and beauty was destroyed, which had which had the memories of those ages, the lovely memories, and so much of dedicated workmanship, craftsmanship. All those memories were lost. The half destroyed sculptures, the half destroyed pillars and half destroyed temples which even now stand, they always what now they stand for is, they always evoke this feeling of pain and destruction, and how cruel and ignorant and inhumanly people were, these invaders were. So that pain will remain engraved in those half destroyed sculptures and half destroyed temples. So that is painful. Otherwise, what loss? We can always build new temples, and we will build new temples, and even through yoga the divinity is always available to us, because we were already a very advanced civilization, and we even now are. So every person knows, at least they can know how to communicate directly with the divine. But the thing was that these temples were such beautiful monuments and structures of art, that the destruction of those lovely constructions and architectural marvels, that was something painful. Anyway, that's all. Namaste.